Hi, everybody. Okay, so you should have read this story up here. Should Josh become a YouTube star with your language arts partner? Um, you should have read it, and then you should have followed the directions on the back with the scavenger hunt. So we should have highlighted the parts of the argument writing in certain colors. So the claim should have been in yellow. The supporting evidence, you should have two pieces of that, should be in blue. The counterclaim should be in pink, and then the rebuttal should be in purple. And again, if you didn't have those colors, you could have used crayons, colored pencils, anything. Now, as I'm going to get ready to show you what the correct answers are, if you have it, great. If you don't, I would suggest just coloring over or maybe boxing it in the correct color. Okay? All right, let's go over the answers. Okay, so the first thing you should have looked for was the claim. And remember, this is where the author is telling you what they think, how they feel. So in Josh's letter to his mom, he states his claim right here. So it's in the second paragraph. Okay, so he says right here, clearly, it's time for me to take my cooking talents into the world. As the star of my new YouTube series, Josh stirs it up. It will be a hit. So that's what his claim is. He should be the star of a YouTube show. All right. Then you were supposed to highlight supporting evidence in blue. So what is the evidence that Josh gives for him wanting to do this YouTube video or be a YouTube star? So he says right here, think of all I will learn. Okay? And he goes on to say he'll be creative, he'll write scripts. So any of those are actually okay. He'd become a great editor. So those are all things that he would learn. Okay? And then down here it says, then there are the career opportunities. So another reason, supporting evidence he has for wanting to be a YouTube star is that it would lead to other career opportunities. Okay, then we need to find the counterclaim. Now this is where he's going to think of mom's side, what mom might be thinking, and he's going to acknowledge that. And he sees or says what he thinks mom might feel right here. Now don't start thinking all this fame will ruin me. So he's thinking, okay, so I want to be this YouTube star. I want to share my cooking talent. It's going to give me career opportunities. I'm going to learn. He sees all these great things. He thinks his mom is going to see the fame and that it's going to ruin her little boy. So he backs it up with the rebuttal, which is, and this should be in purple, I'll still be your same lovable son. I'll still do my homework and my chores. Don't worry, I won't ask you to do the dishes. So that is his rebuttal. Now, let's go to mom's side. So mom's claim is right here, right at the beginning. Usually that's where the claim is. So if you notice, usually it's at the end or somewhere in the first paragraph. Josh put his down here in the second paragraph. But mom's is in the first paragraph. And she starts it out right away. she says right here, so she says, I knew in my heart that you will become a professional chef one day if that is what you want. But when it comes to starting your own YouTube channel, my answer is no. So that's her claim. It's no. What's her evidence for why this is not a good thing? First piece of evidence that I saw is putting yourself out there on the internet can lead to a lot of negative attention. She basically says, you know, he's probably not ready for that attention. Okay? Then she goes on to say that she has some other concerns as well. And it's all right there. So she says, you say you won't let vlogging interfere with schoolwork. Do you know how much energy goes into a single video? So one of her reasons, her two reasons are the negative attention and that making these videos really interfere with schoolwork. Now, you could have also, down here, she talks about, you know, it's going to interfere with schoolwork, but it's also going to take away time that he would otherwise have been, you know, practicing cooking and baking in the kitchen. Okay? So, what is the counterclaim? So here, Mom is thinking, okay, so what is Josh's side of this argument? And it's right here. Josh seems to think, so it says, you seem to believe that creating your own series is automatically lucrative. So lucrative means money, right? Like you're automatically going to make money. And so that's what Josh is seeing. He's seeing the fame and the dollar signs. So that's what Mom is, you know, mentioning. That's her counterclaim. But then in her rebuttal, she's going to shoot this down with evidence. She's going to say right here, the reality is that few people have YouTube success. And those who do, few end up making money. Besides, this time in your life is not about money. It's about being a kid, spending time with friends, learning new things, and finding out what you love. Okay? So her rebuttal is, money is not everything. Okay? The reality is most people don't even make that much money with a YouTube channel. And really, this isn't the time in his life to be making the money. Okay, so if there is something, I know there's possibly other like pieces of evidence in here. So if you have a question on this, we can talk about it tomorrow on Wednesday when I come back. You can ask me. Okay? All right.